Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. And wait, don't spend a single CD doing POP until you've watched this video, and then after that you can go on to make the decision that best suits your preferences. In this video I'll share why we skipped POP and plasterboards altogether in our building project and what we did instead, and how you can make the best decision for your own home. So let's get to it. So first, let's break it down. POP, or Plaster of Paris, is a material used to create decorative ceilings, false ceilings, or even wall finishes. It's smooth, it's neat, and it can be molded into different designs. And it can really come out well when done well. Plasterboard, sometimes called drywall, is prefabricated. So it's a prefabricated sheet and it gives you a flat, modern looking ceiling, right? So both are very popular in Ghana, especially in modern homes, and that is because of their collective benefits, right? They can allow you to put recessed lighting or strip lights and give a premium finish when done well. And emphasis is on when it's done well. So to be fair, POP and plasterboards, they have their perks, right? They have their advantages. And whilst there are differences between them, for this video I'm putting it together. Let me know if you want to know the difference. But together they have similar advantages. And one of them is the aesthetic appeal, right? POP and plasterboard, when again done well, especially for the POP, they look classy and beautiful. You can create really elaborate curvy designs with them. The other thing is you can hide electrical wiring. You can have some soundproofing in there with POP with relative ease, and it can even serve as a way to hide your air conditioning vents and other things, right? So for this type of aircon, another advantage is that it's easy to design with them, particularly with the POP. You can make patterns, you can make circles, you can even name it if you want. So that's why people actually love them. So if any of these perks are something you can't live without, then you definitely want to go for POP or plasterboard, depending on which one meets your requirements. But here is the flip side. POP can crack over time, especially if it's not installed properly. It attracts dust and it can be hard to clean depending on the nature of the design. Plasterboard also isn't very strong against moisture, and so in some climates it would sag or it would grow molds. And finally, perhaps even more importantly, the cost. POP ceilings and plasterboards can be quite expensive compared to alternatives. On the average, doing a POP in Ghana can cost anywhere from 80 cedis to 150 cedis per square meter, depending on your design, your finishing, and also the artisan that you use, right? It might vary, but that is kind of the range that you would get. So that means that for just one room, you can easily spend several thousands of cedis, and if you are building a whole house, that money really adds up, right? So that's something to take note of. We first looked at a very simple POP design with the ability to have some strip light on the edges, and that was really just something to follow the edges and to brighten up curtains in certain places. Really simple design. If you've watched a couple of videos, you know that the preference is normally for the simplest of designs, and that was already immediately closer to 30,000 cedis, right? So quite a lot of money, but that was maybe covering about 150 or 160 square meter of POP, including also the skimming of the walls, right? So that, I suppose, if it was just the ceiling, then it's going to be somewhere around 18,000 thereabouts, right? So, and by the way, if you haven't watched our video on the costs of finishing, you can click the link showing on your screen to watch the cost of finishing. There are different parts of the finishing cost that really adds up and make the finishing more expensive than putting up the structure. But back to POP, it can easily add up and cost a lot. So you have to be really watchful there, and when you're choosing the design, make sure you're choosing it according to your desire to spend. So we decided, okay, let's look at the different options, and in the end we're like, wait a minute, we can actually do it, at least on this floor, do it without POP, right? We have some beautiful lights we can use, and we don't have to go through all the entire POP process to get that done. So what did we do? We asked for skimming of the entire walls and entire ceiling, because this is concrete ceiling, right? And then decided to do it like that. So for the entire ceiling of all the rooms and the skimming of the walls and everything, it cost us somewhere around 12,800, which I thought was a really great bargain compared to spending something upwards of 30 or 35,000 to achieve this, particularly for this floor and the purpose it is serving for us. So this is what we settled for, right? We decided to stick with our concrete ceiling. It's simple, it's durable, it's long lasting, no extra POP, just skimming, no plasterboards as well. And we installed these beautiful LED lights, which are not that much expensive when compared to recessed lights. You just need to source it from the right places. And the other thing is, you have to think of the uses of that, right? On a personal level, but also, let's say if you are doing a facility for others to use, think of it that way. Like, how are people going to use it? I've heard people who actually have all these different colors of POP, and in the first month maybe they're excited about it, but after a couple of months they don't really use so much of that. But if you like it, if you like the ambience it creates, maybe you've experienced that and you love it, I mean, it's all about preferences. As you know, in this channel we don't try to specify what people should do as much as we just try to give you all the angles so that you can choose what really works best for you. So what does this setup give us in terms of advantages? Well, the first one is you save a lot of money. It's also relatively easy to maintain, so you keep your maintenance cost low. And honestly, if well done with the proper lighting, in fact, if you even pre-plan it, then during the decking stage, you can actually ensure that your builder does it and places the lights at the right places so that you don't have to worry too much about where they should be, right? Otherwise, then you have to use POP or plasterboards to conceal all of that and make it aesthetically pleasing. So yeah, you have to pick which one works for you, but this can also give you a really clean looking, modern and bright design. Again, it's all about building a home that suits you. So just look at the options and see which one works best for you. In an upcoming video, we'll be sharing some interesting thing about flooring and some options out there. So stay tuned, subscribe, make sure that you are able to get that notification. So thanks for watching, and I appreciate all the subscribers. Would definitely love to see some of your comments as well, and your thoughts and ideas and what you are also doing on your side. So until then, see you. God bless you. Bye.